alcohol sponsorship, basically. I think it's one step too far. Totally disagree with it. And I get, this idea, there's a perception here that when people see an advertisement for alcohol, they'll be turning some kind of a zombie and they'll go drinking for the evening. People, most 99% of the people, and sure, there's extremes in every walk of life, no matter what. But 99% of the people that I know act responsibly. And I just, the previous deputy speaking said that they'll find alternative sponsors. That's very easily to talk. That's very easily said. For main big bodies, maybe, but for local communities that might have an advertising hoarding at the side of their pitch with an advertisement of a drinks company, that might be dependent on that few hundred quid, whether there's a GA club or the local community centre. You're destroying every one of them with this proposal. Destroying, because where are they going to get the sponsorship? There's no bother, there's sponsorship. That's fine, because you're all high and mighty with your talk. You're thinking of the big organisations at the top. But I'm talking about the people at the very bottom that are barely surviving, and they depend on that 300 or 400 euros to put a bit of an advertisement at the side of the pitch. And according to this here, there'll be none, including playing pitches, swimming pools, athletic tracks, dogs or horse racing tracks or motor racing tracks. So, my God, any fellow that's flying around the carriage, stop for a while and have a look at the advert and head to the pub. I presume that's the assumption here, that that'll stop all that. Listen, this is one step too far. And, Minister, you have to look at the bigger picture here, to protect local community, voluntary organisations, sporting organisations that need to make that few quid to put that little bit of an advertising hoard up at the side of their pitch or whatever. They need that money, and they need it desperately, and they won't be able to find it at the flick of a switch, because I'm involved in plenty of community voluntary organisations, and it's extremely difficult to get sponsorship in rural Ireland. It's really difficult. And some of the deputies, if they lived in rural Ireland, they'd understand that quite clearly, and they wouldn't be inside here talking the way they are, because they're not talking with any level of understanding. I have no doubt that at top level, some might be able to convince insurance companies or something else to advertise themselves and move away from drinks advertisement. But I'm certainly talking on behalf of the ordinary community, voluntary people, and the ordinary sporting GA organisations and other organisations on the ground that totally depend on a few quid that isn't going to take anyone or lead anyone astray at all. But there's a perception here that, God help us, if you see an advertisement, that's it, you're heading to the pub for the rest of the evening. That's not the way it works in reality. But, Minister, you have to make a decision here, whether you support that or not, or do you support the community and these GA clubs or not.